Hi there piglets, it's me, Brody, otherwise known as Porcine, and welcome to another episode of the Golden Pig Review Show, home of music's most pointless award, the Golden Pig. If you haven't caught the show before, here's how it works. I pick 3 tracks from the week's submissions. I play them in no particular order, give a little feedback after each one, the good stuff, the bad stuff, anything that made me want to go have a great big bear hug with Pennywise the dancing clown. And then at the end I pick the track I enjoyed the most and award it the Golden Pig Award, which is, the most pointless award in music. It's not worth anything, it's just bragging rights for the week. Got some really good stuff for you this week. One track from the US, one from Canada, and one from Scotland. Some very different styles, but all good stuff, my dears. Let's take a look at the first track. Our first track for this week comes to us from Scotland, from Glasgow to be precise. The artist's name is Danni Rowan. The track is titled Heck, and if you check the link in the description you'll find that it features on a wonderful compilation of underground music from the Glasgow area, which was put out by a label called Bricolage. So yeah, check the description for that one. I'm sure there's some more excellent music to be found in there. For now, we're going to take a listen to Heck, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the other side. Okay, so that was Heck by Danni Rowan from Glasgow in Scotland. It's a pretty brief thing that I want to say about why I chose that one. Out of all the many submissions I received this week, I just love these sort of eerie, creepy, well-blended soundscapes. Like ambient music it's not for everyone, it's not to everyone's taste, but you know, if you enjoy it, you just pick up on the little things. Because often, you know, the core of an ambient track is often, you know, it's a similar set of techniques. You know, you've got you know, drones and swells and various little you know, techniques that are commonly used by ambient producers and composers, but the way that everything is put together, you know, the order that it's put together, which specific variants of those types of techniques are used, that's where the magic happens. And I felt that on this track, you know, brief as it is, it just had this wonderful blend. You know, you could easily get lost in there, as I did while I was listening to it just now, and just really sink in and enjoy it. So well done, Danni. That's a really, really cool bit of music right there. Our next track for this week comes to us from Maine in the United States. The artist's name is Carissa Huff, or Slutpuppy. The track is titled Abuser. It's an industrial track, got some strong Nine Inch Nails vibes coming through here, which I always enjoy. That's probably enough preamble. We'll take a listen now, and I'll give you some more thoughts on the other side. So that was Abuser by Slutpuppy. The things that I really enjoyed about that track, first and foremost, it is just a hot, dark mess of sounds. You know, it's common with sort of independent industrial tracks to have that sort of vibe where there's these harsh layers of sounds, you know, just conflicting and grinding on top of each other, and I think was very well executed on this track. So well done on that front. Secondly, you know, I'm a fan of I too am a fan of Nine Inch Nails, I should say. So I love the stylistic footprints that you can find throughout. I think also the vocals on this track, just that, you know, just more or less spoken style, more or less anyway, very quietly, you know, just a tiny bit up in the mix, so you can sort of make out a lot of what's being said, but it's not, you know, dominant or overpowering of the music that's going on. I just think it worked really well. So yeah, well done on that track, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Our final track for this week comes to us from Canada. The artist's name is Caught in Crossfire. The track is titled Freshair, and it features AB Ridge. I don't want to give too much away on this. I think it's got a very, very cool sound, and a very well put together track. Let's just take a listen. I'll give a few thoughts on the other side, and we'll go from there.
I need you to stop thinking about your health, stop thinking about yourself. You ain't doing too damn well. You know I could always tell. Some of these things I tell myself, mostly keep it to myself. Something to do with the mental health. I've been fucked up by myself. I've been fucked up by myself. Stop thinking about your health, stop thinking about yourself. You ain't doing too damn well. You know I could always tell. Some of these things I tell myself, mostly keep it to myself. Something to do with the mental health. I've been fucked up by myself. No friends, no help, don't care. Just me, nobody else around here. Nobody else can sit around here. If I'm getting lit up in my chair, smoke to the fresh air, smoke to the fresh air. Don't smoke all to the fresh air. Don't smoke all to the fresh air. Don't smoke all to the fresh air. Never had shit, it was never given to us. And if I never smoked weed, I'd have $1 million. And it was all you ever seen as a regular pup. Fuck regular drugs, can't fucking do big for us. Used to smoke with my grand till midnight. Told me everything was gonna be alright. God rest his soul in the moonlight. Homegrown like sitting in the moonlight. Miss it, don't blow smoke at the moonlight. Since he been gone, shit just don't feel right. Just don't feel right. Stop thinking about your health. Stop thinking about yourself. You ain't doing too damn well. You know I could always tell. Some of these things I tell myself, mostly keep it to myself. Something to do with mental health. I've been fucked up by myself. I've been fucked up by myself. Stop thinking about your health. You ain't doing too damn well. You know I could always tell. Tell it to myself. Yeah, keep it to myself. To do with mental health. I'm fucked up by myself. Fucked up by myself. No friends, no help, don't care. Just me, nobody else around here. Nobody keep it sit around here. Nobody else gotta sit around here. I'll be fine getting fucked up in my chair. Smoke to the fresh air, smoke to the fresh air. Smoke to the fresh air, smoke to the fresh air. Smoke to the fresh air. Can't wait to be gone, cause you rolling in the next life. Don't fear dying, cause I know what that feel like. Guess you could say I moved on, living my best life. Living my best life, bitch, I go slow poke, man, I fucking feel like. Sit at home all alone with the bong and the microphone. Do you know what that feel like? Do you know what that feel like? Do you know what it's like to be like me? I'm left all alone, I'm so in my seat, trying to live out my dream, and I just can't sleep. Never learned how to swim, being pulled downstream. All I need is see, I see, what is he? Gotta forget me, cause we smoking plenty. Let me in the booth, cause my heart is heavy. My heart is heavy. Stop thinking about your health, stop thinking about yourself. You ain't doing too damn well. You know I could always tell. Some of these things I tell myself, mostly keep it to myself. Something to do with the mental health. I've been fucked up by myself. No friends, no hell, don't care. Just me, nobody else around here. Nobody else can sit around here. If I'm getting fucked up in my chair, shit if I shit, shit if I shit, smoke to the fresh shit, fucked up by myself. Fucked up by myself. Fucked up by myself.
So that was Freshair by Caught in Crossfire featuring AB Ridge. There are a few things that I really enjoyed about that one. First of all, The vocals, that kind of laid back style, but still, you know, a bit skillful with a bit of motion, bit of flow, bit of skill to it. Just really works well in the context of that track. The production overall, it's sort of minimalistic, but still sounds nice and full. You know, it's not like there's a thousand different elements to the music on that track, but it still has a relatively warm and full sound. And, you know, probably most importantly, the whole track feels very coherent. You know, it's put together in a pretty clean and intentional way, and I think it just came off really well. So, yeah, good work, Courting Crossfire and AB Ridge. It's a really sweet track. Would love to hear, more stuff like that. Yeah. Alright, piglets, it is time to award this week's pointless, made up, bullshit, worthless music award, the Golden Pig. For this week, I've taken a few different factors into consideration. I ended up settling on Freshair by Courting Crossfire. I feel that while I enjoyed all three tracks, they appealed to different aspects of my musical tastes, each of them. That one, it just feels the best developed overall. Not to say the other two tracks aren't well developed, it just stood out. So yeah, tell your friends that Courting Crossfire won the Golden Pig for this week. If you have some cool music that you would like me to hear, let me know where to find it. Send me a message on Twitter, on Facebook, leave a YouTube comment, send me an email. My email address is poursignmusic@gmail.com. Check the description to see how that's spelled. While you're down there, you can also find some very cool music from all three of this week's featured artists. Until next week, I have been Brody, otherwise known as Poursign, and please send me your shit.